is if you understand anything about parallel lines and you understand how to make 90-degree angles and you know how to copy and paste angles, this lesson won't be that bad for you because we are just constructing parallel lines. So we're going to start off here. There are 3 different ways to create parallel lines. First of all, if you picture 2 90-degree angles, you make 2 90-degree angles, you're going to have parallel lines because they create that 90. So that's the very first way you're going to do this. So this is called drawing a double perpendicular. So if I ask you to draw a double perpendicular, this is the method I want you to use. And guess what? We're going to draw 2 perpendicular lines. So to start off with, we are going to first, from this point, draw a perpendicular line down here. Are we ever allowed to just eyeball it? No, we actually have to construct a perpendicular line. Can someone tell me how to start drawing a perpendicular line through this point? Yeah?
Could you bisect the first line?
We're going to end up, well, not quite bisecting it. I just need to draw a vertical line through here, but it's the same process.
And then,
Do you remember how to start that?
yeah.
How do I start it?
Okay. You do the same distance from that dot to the line, and then you make 2 different mark things.
2 different marks. So we want to mark to the kind of the left and to the right of where that line would be.
Yeah. And
then can someone help finish that? Yeah.
And then from there, you put the compass on each of the marks and open it a little bit past halfway.
Okay.
Make like an X kind of underneath the, like up.
Up here?
Yeah.
So kind of like that.
And then do the same thing for the other side.
Is it okay if I make that entire arc? So if I come through here and make that entire arc and I do the same thing, is that okay? Yeah, we only need that 1x, but it's okay to make that entire thing. All right, my compass slipped a little bit, so I'm gonna cheat it just a little bit to make it look better than it really is. But that will give me my 90-degree angle. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to take this line and I'm going to raise it above the point I want to do because I need to use this. So I'm actually going to raise that above where that point is.
Sorry.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. I see you 7th period, right?
Yeah.
Is it new? All right, I'll see you then. All right. So we now have a 90-degree angle going up here. What I want now is I want a 90-degree angle going right here, and I have 2 parallel lines. Well, remember, it's the same process as if it's off the line. We need to make a mark to the left and to the right of it, but now we'll just be able to just do it right on the line. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to drop a perpendicular. If you know what you're doing, go ahead and drop a perpendicular through that point. So I'm going to be talking my way through it, but you can move at your own pace. That is, open your compass to some measure. Make basically a mark above and below it. Per my definition, is kind of to the left and right of it. We can go up and below. And if you want to, turn your paper. If you find it easier to drop a perpendicular by turning your paper, turn your paper. So once you have a mark that's equal distance on either side, once again, you open your compass past halfway. Since I already do have a point, I don't have to do the full quarter circle. I'm just going to go ahead and do an X. If you do the full quarter circle, that is okay. Once I have my X, we go ahead and go bloop, bloop. We have 2 parallel lines. I'll give you time to finish that up. So that is 2 perpendiculars. As we want 2 perpendiculars. Probably wanted it to the point. That's okay. That's okay. You did all the stuff right, though. Guess I'll finish it. Good. Questions? You guys good? Before I move on. We're all good? I think this is kind of the hardest method. This is the hardest method because we have a nicer method, I think, right here. And that is using alternate interior angles. We know that alternate interior angles are congruent on two parallel lines, right? So if I copy an angle and paste it as my alternate interior angle, I automatically have parallel lines. So I don't actually have to ever construct a 90-degree angle. We just need to copy and paste an angle. So when we're given something like this, we have a point not on the line, and I ask you to use alternate interior angles, all you're going to do to start off with is you're going to just draw a line. There is no distinct way you have to draw that line. I like to draw it at kind of an angle, but you could draw it any kind of way you want to. So I'm just going to put my angle down. I'm just going to draw some line. So that is just some line connecting this point to here. Some line connecting this point to here. In fact, I'm just creating a transversal. Just creating a transversal, and it doesn't matter. You could have done it this way. You could have done it vertical. You could have had more of a slant. You could have had less of a slant. We just need a line. All right, then what I want you to do is I want you to note that I want to take this angle here, and I want to paste it on the other side of the line. So I want to take this angle right here and paste it right here. So that means to copy and paste an angle, I first have to make an arc from the angle I'm copying. And I have to put that arc to where I'm going to paste it. I'm going to paste it right here. So we're going to draw something that looks like that. I got my arc where I got it from, and I put that same arc where I want to put it. Do you all have those arcs? All right, now we want to figure out how wide that original angle was. The original angle is this wide. So we're going to get that locked into our compass. And then we're going to come up here where we have that arc where it intersects the transversal. And we're going to paste that size right there. And now hopefully, when I draw that line through that X I just freshly created, we have what looks like a similarly parallel, as close as we can get with a compass and a ruler for right now. So notice my line doesn't look 100% parallel. That's okay, don't redo it. Don't go, it doesn't look parallel, I'm gonna redo everything. The only time you have to redo it is if your line is gonna like intersect like immediately. It means you made a big mistake. But we can kind of see, I can see all the marks. I made a curve, I made my X. We got as parallel as we're going to do. That's how you construct a parallel line using alternate interior angles. Are we good on alternate interior angles? Okay, then the next one we're going to do is corresponding angles. So corresponding angles, we're going to do the exact same thing where we just draw a line. We are just going to draw a line, or a transversal. So real quick, if everyone looks up here, alternate interior was taking this and pasting on the other side of the transversal. For corresponding, you need to take that angle and you need to paste it up here. So corresponding is this angle and that angle. So I want to take this angle and paste it right up here. So I'm taking this angle and I'm pasting it right up there. So that means we need to copy and paste. Copy and paste means that I'm going to open my compass to some measure, put an arc where I'm copying from, and I'm going to put an arc to where I'm pasting it. Note where I'm putting my arc. I'm putting it right up here because I end up wanting to paste that X. Will hopefully be about here. All right, then I'm just going to copy this angle by opening my compass to how wide that opens. Go up here, make my little tick mark, and I'm going to connect that line in that point, and hopefully it's close to parallel. Remember, we're not looking for perfection. And there's my parallel line.
Mine doesn't even hit it.
Oh, okay. That's because, so when I copy this, I think your butt is right on the point.
Yeah.
You want it up here. You want the butt of your...
Yeah. When I go.
Yeah, so we made our arcs. We want the compass right up here.
Okay.
And then we can make our mark on it. Yep. Did you get it? Awesome. Cozy. Good. I would just extend that a little bit. That's fine. I wouldn't take 8 points off. We're good. We're good. Good. All right. Yes, we should have made this arc, and we should have measured the open. Yeah. Yep. Same thing over here. So you can see more marks here. Okay, don't erase stuff. Don't ever erase stuff. Yeah. So what mark I'm looking for though is we get that measure, right? I should have seen up here, I should have seen tick mark, kind of like that. Don't erase anything, because that's what I'm grading you on is those tick marks. So don't erase tick marks, guys. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we're going to measure this, right? And then we're just going to come from here. We're going to make our X. Okay. All right, last one is kind of a tough one. So we're going to go through it because I do ask you to do it a couple times in your homework. So this asks you to draw a parallel line to the given line with an exact distance of x. Yes?
Can you not just use the perpendicular thing?
You have to use the perpendicular one. So put that in your notes if that doesn't make sense, but you have to use the perpendicular line one. We have to draw a perpendicular line. You cannot just get this distance and put a mark up here and then put a parallel line through it. You cannot do that. So you need to, the first thing you need to do is drop a perpendicular through this line. That's our first step. So to drop a perpendicular through the line, just put a point on the line. And then just open your compass to make a mark to the left and right of it. Note, there's no rhyme or reason why I put that point right there. You can put that point wherever. But we're going to put a point on the line. We're going to open our compass so I can have a mark to the left and right of it. Then you're going to open your compass past halfway. You can either spin your compass all the way around or you can just make the X above or below. And now we have a perpendicular line. Does anyone need a couple more seconds for the perpendicular line? Are we okay, at least there? If you got further, that's okay. All right, then once you have your perpendicular line, you're going to get the measure of that X. And you're going to come back to your line, and you're going to mark how far X is. So, true story, you can either drop a perpendicular through this line, or you can use alternate interior or corresponding angles as well. Because we could still copy and paste alternate interior angles, and you're still going to have a parallel line. Does that make sense? Yeah. So if you're like, I don't feel like dropping another perpendicular, I can copy and paste an angle a lot quicker. You can just do, I'm going to do alternate interior angles. I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to copy this angle. I'm going to paste it on the other side. In fact, you could paste it anywhere up here because they're all 90. I'm just going to stick with the alternate interiors. measure how wide that opened up, paste it, and draw my line through it. So at this stage, once you have a 90-degree angle and you have this side, you can pick any one of the methods to finish off that parallel line. Questions on anything we covered today?
Wait, so
Yeah,
when
sorry,
we're
Lizzie.
pasting it,
Yeah.
wait, so we do the arc, right?
Okay,
And then,
so let me catch up where you are. So you have the arc right here, right?
right, and then, so you paste that on the top.
So you did that on the top, okay?
And then you measure the angle, right?
Yep.
And then where do you put it from to?
It's basically, it's always going to have kind of an X where you need to mark it. So do you see where this arc coincides with the transversal right here?
Wait, oh, no, never mind, I got it.
Okay.
I just wasn't going far enough.
There's always like a nice little X where you're going to put stuff. Leah?
I still can't. Where do you put this?
So it's always where this arc intersects the line. That's where you're going to put the butt of your compass.
Yep.
Always where your arc intersects. There's always like that little intersection. Other questions on anything we did today? Okay, then what questions do we have from the homework from yesterday? That would have been, not that one. Constructions 3, angle bisectors. Yeah, 11, sure. If you don't have any questions, you can go ahead and just start tonight's homework as well, or you can just pay attention. All right, 22.5. So let's think about the core angles I can make. I can make a 90, I can make a 45, and I can make a 90. Well, what's half of 45 degrees? 22.5. So we're going to construct a 45-degree angle. So that's a 90, bisect it, bisect it. Do you want to see me do that, or?
No.
Okay.
Wait, did you do it?
Yeah. So we're trying to make a 22.5. So what I'm thinking about is
Mine just looks like breakers.
I'm going to take half of 45 degrees, right? So let's go ahead and let's plow through it. I'll try to do it quickly because it sounds like you just need to see if it matches, kind of. So to make a 90-degree angle, I'm just going to go ahead and put a point. I'm going to drop my pencil. Then I'm going to make a mark to the left and right of it. Slow me down if I'm going too fast. Anybody that has questions on this, just say stop. Then I'll open my compass past halfway. Make a mark up here. Make a mark right here. That was apparently my last pencil up here, so I gotta actually get it. All right, so that's my 90-degree angle, correct? So I'm gonna kind of shortcut this by, I'm gonna use this and make my arc to bisect it. So I'm gonna do an entire arc. That way what I'm gonna do is, so make my X, this line would be my 40-degree angle, correct? 45-degree angle, I should say. So now we have a 45-degree angle, right? So now what I'm going to do, now that I have this nice arc, since I'm dividing again, I'm going to use the exact same thing to make my X. Make my X. And I now have a 22.5 degree angle right there.
I just didn't draw it fully to the X.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Other questions from the homework at all? Questions going once? Going twice? Okay. Well, that's awesome. You have 20.